Good evening, everyone. What's up? Just ate a satisfying meal, topped it off the meals and desserts. Mr. Hot speaking. Previously, there were two birthday shout-outs and several rants to celebrate the new year of 2016. Today's going to be another rant to begin 2016, and this is going to be the rant on SpongeBob 2016. There were several SpongeBob rants last year, and one has kept up with the series quite well. 2015 began SpongeBob with that overrated CGI, kid-friendly, childlike wonder of the sponge out of water movie. That movie itself deserves a rant alone, but there's several other topics that need to be brought up. But the movie was overall an atrocity and did not deserve to be as popular as it was. It should have been as unpopular as most of the SpongeBob episodes have been. But after that, several new episodes came out. The first one in July, middle of July of this year, last year, and then several more. SpongeBob has not improved at all. Ever since the second movie, it has gotten worse and worse. No, it can't get too much worse, but it has. Unfortunately, it has. Literally, those 10 episodes that they came up with, or about so, these episodes had mostly the same aspects as the episodes from several years ago. These episodes, many problems of these episodes were that they abused randomness, were very lazy, and many of them uninteresting. The episodes abused randomness in several ways. Most of the topics or plots that were in these episodes had nothing to do with the other episodes. They were never brought up again, and they were not like the other episodes. For example, Mr. Krabs had to go to boating school at the end of one of the episodes, and Tudor Sauce, whatever it was. And seriously, an episode about business, the executive treatment. And what else? Patrick the Game. Well, that was one of the most recent ones. Each of these episodes failed miserably, yet people thought they were a significant improvement. Well, too bad they're not. If they're an improvement, there would have been improvements shown already. So the randomness was centered around subjects of matter that were never brought up again or ever incorporated into other episodes. Just like every other SpongeBob episode that one has seen. Second aspect is the laziness. These episodes were rushed. Yeah, there were 11-minute segments, but the plots were rushed. There is little to no thought put into some aspects of them. It's like the episode about business, for example. It had nothing to do with business, and it felt like they were hurrying up the episode just to get it out of the way. That's what the episode felt like. And they basically just ended the episode with a poor excuse for an ending, just to end the episode. And they basically didn't think, so they made it as unrealistic as possible and unreasonable for an ending. Wow. They're that desperate. SpongeBob is probably that desperate that they'll make an episode out of any topic that they can think of offhand. But yes, the middle of the episode got really lazy, and they didn't put enough thought into the episodes at all. They didn't put their heart into them. Like, the plots were very weak. The plots weren't very strong at all. At all. Like, they could have added more elements to the plot, but they chose not to. And they could have made the episode more complicated if they wanted to. They could have made it more realistic if they wanted to. And plus, they could have done research before doing these episodes. They chose not to. and they could have had a longer ending. They chose not to. So therefore, there are many aspects of their laziness. Alright, the last aspect is, what was it? The episodes were something boring. Sorry about that, it's thinking. These episodes were random, lazy, and what else? Boring, yeah. Half of these episodes were just boring. It's like the only episodes that weren't boring were the executive treatment and Patrick the Game. Those had a small amount of entertainment. But as for every other episode, not even worth watching. After watching it once, one never wants to watch it again. Like, literally, there were few exciting events in the episodes. It was just made for the sake of being made. Ultimately, the writers of the newest episodes rushed because they had just been done with the movie and they wanted to continue the series going after a year and a half of hiatus. They had a significantly long hiatus and they wanted to get back to it. However, these episodes did not show one sign of improvement and had the same problems as the other episodes. Some may argue that these episodes are an improvement. They only think they're an improvement because they think the plots are a bit different, and probably because there wasn't as much torture and pain in the episode. Well, there still was. I mean, look at the examples that were brought up before, and some may argue that they were interesting and funny. No, they could have been more interesting. No, they were not funny. And they abused many elements that a cartoon can easily abuse. Overall, the SpongeBob episodes need massive improvement. The next episodes that are supposed to come out in 2016, they're not going to have any improvement. They're not going to show improvement. They're going to be the same. They're going to have the same issues as the other episodes. And they're probably going to be made just for the sake of being made. With that, goodbye SpongeBob. SpongeBob Water sucked. The newest SpongeBob episodes suck just as much as the other ones too. With that, one's mind is not going to change no matter how popular the episodes get. Mr. Hot is signing off. See you on the next video. Peace out. Good night.